welcome back to Queers of Free Action, where all the bottoms are always broken. My name's Tara Wright. I'm your game master. God. Bates, you laughed the loudest. Say hi.
Hi.
Gray, say hi if you're capable of doing so.
I'm Gray and I'm being bullied.
CJ, say hi.
I'm CJ and I'm bullying Gray.
Georgeanna, say hi.
Hello, and I am pretty sure that Gray is enjoying every second of the plane that is occurring.
So, scene.
Explicitly remember
Acting. Scene. Okay, so last time on Queers of Free Action, y'all were interrogating a snake in a barrel. Instead of shooting a fish in a barrel, you're interrogating a snake in a barrel. It got to the point where so she started giving you a little information. She was kind of like feeling you out as much as you were feeling her out. And at one point, at the end of the episode, y'all came to an agreement where you would let her out of the barrel and you'd sort of have like a face-to-face, heart-to-heart kind of thing. Meanwhile, JJ had left the abandoned restaurant that you're sort of hiding out in during this interrogation.
JJ is, while he's running, he's thinking to himself, yeah, we're gonna give it to that piece of shit lady. We're gonna fucking show her who's boss.
Yep, and I would actually like to skip forward a little bit in time, and then we will skip back in time to the scene at the abandoned restaurant. But I'd like to start with JJ. So you are running. You make it back to the red light district eventually. Nothing really interesting happens along the way. It just seems like a normal sort of quiet night. It is a Sunday night. You make it back to the red light district. You go a couple more blocks to sort of like the east, to where you seem to remember Nkuna's apartment being. You think you remember the building. You don't remember the door. So there you are.
JJ is... Gosh, so I'm at the apartment complex.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm staring at all of the apartment complexes.
Yep, you think it's that building there.
I think it is that building there. Okay. Mm-hmm. I am gonna try to roll another intelligence check while I'm here in the hopes that, like, oh, this will jog my memory now that I'm here. Okay.
Believe in the heart of the dice algorithm.
What I roll. What I roll.
I know, I see it. I considered giving you advantage too.
No, why didn't you say it?
It's an 8 and a natural 20.
Oh.
I'm gonna take the average. You know he's on the top floor.
Okay. I head up to the top floor then of this building. It's kind of late at night.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like, is there like a row of like mailboxes or anything?
There.
Like names on them?
There's just sort of like a general area for mail. There's just like one big communal sort of slot on the wall.
Oh, this is so inefficient.
Yeah. You get up to the top floor. You see You see two doors. One has like a welcome mat in front of it. It's like woven. It's like woven reed or whatever, and it's like got the word welcome painted on it.
Oh, you're doing a video game thing where it's like the thing that's bright and shiny is the one that I'm supposed to go.
It's also sort of slightly brighter lit. You can knock on the other one if you want. And an NPC will yell, "What the fuck?" or something. I
noticed that the door almost looks more like a texture than an interactable object. No, I'm gonna go up to the welcome I go up to the door with the light on, and I give a little knock.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make it look like I'm not panting as hard as I am.
Mm-hmm.
But I did.
You don't hear anything.
I knock a little louder. And, Akuna, you home?
Oh, who's that?
JJ.
Okay, just a second. And yeah, moment goes by. And then he opens the door now, and Kuna is a Goliath. Sort of very tall, muscular. Looks sort of older, like middle-aged.
JJ has to look up.
Yes,
to see his face.
JJ absolutely has to look up at the gray-skinned with like red lines going down his face and across his body and his arms. And you know, he's just wearing sort of like stained shorts and like just a stained white shirt. And he says, JJ, what'd you run here or something? You look. Well, come in. Can I get you some tea or what's going on?
Water? You got water?
I got water, and he goes over to the little like kitchenette area and like undoes the stopper on a barrel of water and pours you a mug.
Those two guys, the ones that you, thank you. The two guys that you told me to not get involved with because they were a part of something bigger.
Lucas and Elatar?
Yeah, I'm not involved with them.
Okay, good.
No, no. I'm not that stupid.
I love you, JJ.
Me and my buddies, well, we found the guy. We went to the address, and we saw the guy. And then we got in over our heads, and then for a sec, Sasha went down.
Okay.
But it's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
Ooh.
JJ. Okay, it's okay.
We have a woman in a barrel.
Okay. Take a moment. Breathe. In with me. Out. Take another one.
Ooh. I'm doing okay. I'm okay.
Okay. You're okay. Is anyone hurt?
None of us are hurt.
Okay. Sasha's okay?
Sasha, they're okay now.
Okay.
But we do have
okay. Everything's okay.
we have a woman in a barrel.
Start over because there's a few details that I'm missing.
Okay.
And
I tell him everything.
Yeah, you go through the whole story. Yep.
Yeah, I tell him everything. And I tell him that we killed somebody. Like I mentioned that there are dead people in that building. JJ comes very, very clean too.
Okay. So he gets everything. Okay. I'm not entirely sure who this Yonti woman is. I'm not entirely sure who she works for or what sort of organization this restaurant might be. What I will tell you is that you seem to be getting involved in things that are bigger than sort of the daily goings on around the neighborhood. And
got that feeling.
And the fact that Lucas and Elatar were interested in this as well is, well, okay. I guess that part makes sense. So let me tell you a little more about them, and then maybe we can draw some conclusions. Have you ever heard the name McKinney?
Me, Gray has, but I will do a roll for JJ to see just how much he actually remembers. Is that history again? That's intelligence.
Make it streetwise, actually. Which I believe
Streetwise doesn't exist in this game.
Streetwise does. We house ruled it in. Remember, it's wisdom.
Oh right, it's wisdom. Okay,
It's wisdom. You are not proficient in it, but Sym is.
Okay, that's fine. I've got a plus 3 to it still.
Okay. You haven't heard the name McKinney before. Hang on. Let me check something to make sure I'm being entirely fair with you. Okay. That's okay. Yeah, you haven't heard the name McKinney before.
No. Who?
Okay. Lucas and Elatar are enforcers for an organization called for a family called the McKinneys, who have a lot of power in the city. They have a lot of influence and money tied up in the red light district itself, and are not people that you want to cross. They provide a lot of community services, especially providing like cheap arcanum to people who can't afford sort of the mainstream stuff, but they're not good people. But the fact that the McKinneys sent their enforcers to ask you about you being mugged, usually, like, it's kind of known around town that the red light district is protected, so things don't tend to happen there. When they do, sure, it's handled, but the fact that it got the attention of those two is significant. There might be something bigger going on there.
Hey,
Yeah?
hey, boss.
Yeah?
Who is protecting the district exactly? Is it Elias?
Elias? Bodies
Can't be,
Elias? Elias Kinrell is one of the least I mean, yeah, he loves his people and wants to protect them, but he's one of the least, like, competent minds for organized crime and protection you could imagine. There's a reason he's not very involved in the family business these days. Well, there's multiple reasons, but that's not my story to tell.
Family? Huh? Uh-oh. Well, I don't know anything. Just have me serve drinks.
Yeah, but no, it's not under his protection. He's related to the McKinneys, but he doesn't really get involved in the family business. I think they make some money off the club from him.
Huh.
You know,
okay.
and you know they make some money off his sister's club as well, but you know,
Sister?
they're not. Sorry, that part's not actually my story to tell.
Can JJ roll an insight?
Absolutely.
Thank you. At least I'm adding 6 to this. 23! Please
What?
and thank you.
What?
Tell me what my dear boss is thinking.
What information are you looking for from this role?
So what Akuna said to me was his sister's club.
Mm-hmm.
So first of all, he inferred that Elias is a distant cousin of this family.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so, like, he is in the implication that I think JJ gets from that is distant cousin of powerful family means powerful family is still protecting. We are being protected by a mob.
Yes. Your insight roll, and I know you want more from that, and I'll give you more from your insight roll. But your insight roll is good enough to confirm. Yes, the bodies is under mafia protection.
Red Light District in general is under.
Red Light District in general is under mafia protection. Yes.
So I kind of want two things, but I think I'm only gonna get one.
Okay.
The first thing that I want to know is, well, I mean, obviously I want to know who the sister is, but I don't think that's information that I'm going to get right now, even if I think I know who it is. I would want to know. I would want to know where I can get this. I would want to know. Oh, I got a question.
Mm-hmm.
Whose story is it to tell?
Well, for one, it seems to be Elias's story to tell.
Okay.
And potentially his sisters.
And potentially his sisters.
Clearly.
Whoever could that be?
Those are the two people who have been talked about.
And then I think the other thing that I want to know actually is Akuna look like he is also like Akuna's under this mob protection. I want to look on Akuna's face and I want to see how he clearly knows all about it, but like how in is he? I want to understand what his role is. I want to take him to this woman.
You kind of infer a few things here. Number one, he's telling you all this. This isn't the sort of thing that people really talk about. So, like, for one, he's trusting you a lot, but for two, if he were involved in this, he wouldn't be telling you this. He would be saying, oh, don't worry about it. It's not a problem. Or he would be giving you a very like polite brush off and making you feel like you were heard without actually giving you any information. So the fact that he's telling you this, you kind of infer that okay, his restaurant is in the same neighborhood, so he benefits from this in some way, but he's not involved. And the fact that he's not involved and yet receives that benefit means that either he's making some sort of payments or something like there's a protection scheme that he's paying for or something like that, or that he's respected enough that it's a worthwhile business move for the McKinneys to let him have his restaurant in their red light district and leave him alone. And it's probably some combination of the two.
Yeah, I bet, because he's the real man of the people.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody'd get mad if he went away. All right. Yeah. With everything I've been told, I think JJ is gonna take a deep breath. Put a hand on the forearm of Akuna and look up at him and be like, I really appreciate you trusting me with this. I need you to trust me a little more, and I think you should come back with me and talk to this lady. I need your help.
Okay. Well, first of all, you said you moved her across the street from
abandoned building. Yeah.
Right, from where you left a dead body.
I think two, actually.
And you said some of the combatants fled.
Yeah.
It sounds like these weren't the kind of people to go to the constabulary, but someone is coming back to that building pretty quickly. So, yes, I'll go with you. We're going to get her out of there.
I have a bag. And then he holds up the bag of holding again.
There's a moment where he's just very, very confused, and then, you put your whole arm into it, and he nods.
Yeah.
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 As good a plan as any, I guess. Just give me a moment. Give me a moment to get ready. Here, let me. let me refill that for you. And he grabs your mug of water and he refills it and gives it to you. And then he goes into his bedroom. He goes into his bedroom for a minute, and he comes out after a moment. He comes out wearing just like full length leather pants now. They're not like tight, sexy leather pants. These are like, meant to protect you leather pants. And he's wearing a chain shirt and he's carrying a big mace across his shoulders and he says, "Okay, let's go." And meanwhile, we cut across town and back in time a little bit to the lady in a barrel. So you guys are going to let a snake out of the barrel.
Yep, we're gonna let a snake out of the barrel.
Indeed.
Right? So, Sasha, you have a ready to action in case she tries anything.
Yep.
Sym, you are shapeshifted into a particularly unattractive, balding, middle-aged man.
I don't
Middle-aged,
know that it's
bad teeth.
unattractive. He's not conventionally attractive.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Yes.
And thank you for correcting my language. You're absolutely right.
Because, like, when you tell Rose to call you Josiah, she's probably mouthing back, "I'm going to call you Daddy."
You're
I don't
broken.
want to make assumptions about your profession, but you're making it hard not to.
It's not the only thing she's making hard.
Is Rose doing anything in this moment before the barrel is open?
I was clearly flirting with Sym.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's...
All right, so Sasha, you hop off the barrel and you sort of you pry it back open, and you see her. Sasha, roll insight real quick.
Say yes. Give me just 1 second.
Do a medical check on her?
Yeah, totally. Do a medicine check and also roll insight.
I have a natural 20.
Damn.
Hey, there it is. Okay,
17.
17.
Insight not so great, but I am totally in line with anything
Okay.
medical going on with her.
So insight 17 for Sasha, insight 7 for Rose, medicine nat 20 for Rose. Okay. So Sasha, you see that she is she's sitting sort of curled up in the fetal position in this barrel, and she's sitting like her body language is obviously closed because she has to be because she's in a very tight space, but it's as casual as she can make it. Like her shoulders are just like drooped and not tense or anything like that. She's looking up with sort of like just like a casual look in her eye, but you can see that like her fingers are sort of digging into her legs. That's where you see the nervousness. Rose, medicine check. She looks pale. Like she's, mechanically speaking, she's conscious at 1 hit point. In character speaking, she looks pale. She looks like she's trying very, very hard to hold it together, but, you don't think she's gonna like die on the spot or anything serious like that, but you think that if she doesn't like get some rest soon, she's gonna start having difficulties. Mechanically speaking, she would start taking levels of exhaustion at this point, or fairly soon.
Let's get her out, and assuming that she like behaves herself, I will probably throw a cure on her at some point, but I'm not going to do it. Okay, then I can go ahead and do that.
Okay.
Hey, 8 hit points for her.
Okay, you heal her up a little bit. So
That's my sign of good faith.
She accepts your hands and pulls herself up and pulls herself out of the barrel, and kind of stretches and shakes herself off as your healing spell hits her. She just kind of glows for a second with it, and then okay. Oh, that's better. Thank you so much, I remembered. But thank you. You wouldn't happen to also have some water, would you?
I actually don't have water on me. Do we have any water?
Yeah, I think I probably have a water
Sym
skin.
doesn't.
Sure,
It sounds like Sasha might have a water skin, though, so...
Okay. Do you...
So,
yeah, CJ, do you think you would have a water skin on you? And if so, do you provide?
yeah, I mean, Sasha's the sort of person that would let someone have some of their water.
Okay.
You know, he probably he carries a water bottle around as the default, because, like, he's a guard, he's a bouncer. He usually just has a water skin on hand.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, she drinks for a long moment. And thanks you again for it. And she kind of she turns the barrel on its side and sits on it, sort of straddling it, so because otherwise it would like just roll. And she, she sort of leans forward on her knees a little bit and says, "Okay, my name is Akata, and I really, really, really hope I'm making the right decision here. Your employers are one of the largest importers of Arcanum, which my people sweat and bleed to provide. That's why I'm here."
Okay.
How much do you know about your employers?
How do you know who our employers are? There are a ton of places in the Red Light District. They're all owned by the same people?
Not directly. I don't know who your specific... I don't know which specific establishments you're from, but... A lot of money comes out of the Red Light District and goes into the hands of people who hurt my people. So
I don't know a lot about Arcanum mining. This is possible. I knew I've heard that it's really difficult.
It is.
It does make it weird that it's so cheap here. It's that hard. You would think so. A lot of people don't realize what's in it, but it's concentrated ley line. So it just so happens that the further north you get, the more ley lines converge, and and a lot of them happen to converge up in, oh god, what's the name of the northern territories? Fuck. You called the people Sumerians, right?
A lot of them happen to converge in Samaria, so we have all the natural resources, and you have all the battle mages.
So it's not that people came to you and said, "Hey, we'd like to hire you and pay you a fair wage to extract some of that from us, for us." And more were like, "Do this or we'll set you on fire."
Bit of both. Let's say the guise of fairness overtop the threat of another war. But anyway,
the armistice.
Yes, the armistice is precious. For now. Anyway, my goal is to try and make people aware of this, and to try and lessen the reliance on Arcanum. And we were asked by the people that I'm trying to... well, we were asked by a contact of mine to make the red light district seem more dangerous. That is what was going on. Make it seem dangerous to go there. It's mud in the eye of the people who are, it's mud in the eye of the people who I'm working against, and it serves some other purposes that I'm not privy to.
It feels like the consequences, though, are if you had never accidentally robbed one of the workers still lose out, because if people are scared to go there, there's going to be less business, so there's going to be less money for them. While the people at the top, feels like they're mostly making their money from the Arcanum trade. I don't know if money laundering is a thing, but if it is, then they don't actually need real clients. Because there's a few, they could still do the laundering part.
Well, these people find it important to operate some legitimate businesses as well, which is what you are, for the record. As far as I'm aware, and my intelligence on the red light district isn't all that complete, but as far as I can tell, most places in the neighborhood are legitimate businesses that make that make that family look good.
And how does providing schematics for Cogs United advance this cause?
Give me one more persuasion roll from everyone.
10.
10, 4,
24.
24. Okay.
The 13 is correct. 13. I accidentally rolled performance.
I see the performance roll.
I don't know why. I do know why. It's right next to persuasion on the thing.
I hit it in D&D Beyond and roll 20, so I apologize for that. I've got it on the screen. I can show it to you if you need me to.
No, I believe you. The average wizard, which your fine magical academy produces many of them every year, and it seems like at least a third of the population of this city has some sort of magical aptitude, uses a fair amount of Arcanum per year. The Game Master hasn't figured out exact numbers, but let's say a pound of Arcanum per year. Total asshole. So the average wizard uses about a pound of Arcanum per year. Cogs United Tech uses about an ounce of Arcanum per year, and provides many of the same benefits that magic can. It can wash your clothes. It can, they do a lot they make a lot of accessibility devices for people who would otherwise rely on magic to offset their physical differences. They I have my problems with Cogs United ethically, but they use a lot less Arcanum than wizards do, and they're pretty popular with the people around here. So if I can do them a favor, I will.
It's interesting that you're trying to just up, or at least severely diminish the Arcanum trade, as opposed to getting rid of the family that's ruining things that your country would be able to then sell it and probably raise the price, but it could be.
Oh, it's not just them. No, they control certain things in the city. But our Arcanum is the Empyrean government also provides Arcanum. Or yeah, it's larger than just that. So winning hearts.
Go ahead.
So winning hearts and minds with Cogs United tech reduces demand from all Arcanum sources. Seems like a win-win for me.
So who is this shadow family?
Have you heard the name McKinney? And yeah, Sym has. That's the name that was in the thing I sent you at the very start of the campaign. It's like, hey, you've heard this name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, right.
You know,
I forgot about that.
You know, there's some shady shit going on around the red light district, and you've heard this name that's connected to it.
I'm familiar with the name.
Yeah.
By the way, I promise I didn't vanish. I just had to hobble downstairs for some ibuprofen.
Absolutely. So that's my story. Please, if I've made a mistake telling you any of this, just kill me. 'Cause it'll be, easier. But, you have to trust sometime, right?
But what are the chances that this gets back to your superiors that you're dead anyway?
I don't have... Well, I do have superiors. I only know one of them. He doesn't live around here. So, I couldn't tell you?
Doesn't live around here, is it?
As in...
Neighborhood, the city...
Country.
As in, far enough away that it wouldn't be practical. And I don't feel comfortable giving you more than that. I've already gone out on a limb here.
You're still alive.
And I appreciate that, but if you left anyone alive over there, which is something that I've been very much trying to avoid thinking about, probably for my own sake, then you're probably going to want to get out of here fairly soon.
Most of your people just ran away.
Good.
We only killed one.
I wish you hadn't told me that.
Wish we didn't have to kill them.
Like we did try to, there was some really cool illusion work used to get people to run away, so we did the least loss of life that we could.
I appreciate that. Well, I've been as forthright as possible. What happens now? Will you let me go back and collect my dead and figure out what to do next? Am I your prisoner? Where do we go from here?
How do we know that you won't come back for us with a vengeance? Because, we did kidnap you. I farted in the barrel. We wound up, unfortunately killing one of your people.
We basically humiliated the hell out of you.
Yeah.
You've lost a lot of face with a lot of people.
And I got my ass kicked. And I'm pretty sure you could do it again. Right? So if I've lost face with a lot of people, then how big of a posse do you think I'm going to be able to get to go, burn down the red light district in revenge? She, kind of gives you this, sarcastic look and shrugs at you, doesn't seem likely.
The tattoo. Tell me about it.
Our organization is called the Hammerfall Siblingship. Hence, the hammer.
Yes, name.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know who named us, but I think they did a really good job. She said, filleting herself on her world building.
Might as well. Am I back yet?
Kind of what I'm
Seems like a good time for a plot to...
Okay, so are you... Well, so realistically, running all the way back to the red light district, having that conversation, then running all the way back here is going to take a little time. So are you all waiting for JJ to return, or are you...
Would Bossman have a horse or something? Because, would he not have a faster way to travel of some sort, maybe?
You know what?
Can he get in the bag and stick his head out and I run him there?
You know what? No, but he does have a horse if you want to get in the bag. If you want to get in the bag, you can be there now-ish. I'll stretch time a little bit.
JJ gets in the bag.
Fuck yeah, he does. Okay. Alright,
Just watch the sharp pointy bits.
Yep. So you get in your own bag of holding. That is hilarious. Alright. Okay, so yeah, at this point, JJ shows up and Kuna shows up. There's now a horse tied up outside the alley around the side of the abandoned restaurant. Actually, yeah, tied up right outside the back door of the abandoned restaurant. So in the alley. So not all that conspicuous. Yeah. So yeah, you can rejoin the scene. And
You're as fast as be good.
And Kuna says, "Hi all. Nice to see you. Is that..." he points at her. Is that her?
Yeah.
Okay.
So just kind of setting the scene for you here.
Yeah.
You see Rose, you see Sasha, and then you see this fat older guy with bad skin and bad teeth and clothes that need to be washed and are in disrepair.
So
no.
That you've never seen before.
Yeah, so he points at Akata. He says, "Is that her?" You say, "Yes." He points at you, Sym, and says, "Is that one of them too?"
I look over at the two of them. The other two people in the party.
Oh, and we just say, no, one of us.
One of us.
Yeah.
And I can't roll for shit. And Kuna just... Okay.
Why no barrel? Where's the barrel?
Barrel's right.
She's sitting on it?
Not
She's
inside. Fine?
Yeah,
Why?
she's fine.
Welcome back, by the way, she says.
Yeah. Why welcome? No, you're the bad. You're the bad guy.
It turns out she's not.
Who's the bad guy then?
bad guys are many. The McKinney family seems to be a big primary bad guy.
JJ slowly just turns his head up and looks at Hakuna.
And Kuna's head just kind of rocks back in surprise. All right. Sounds like we're all kind of on the same page here. We need to make a decision about getting out of here.
Yeah, they're gonna come for us, right?
And she says, "Yeah,
we need to get the bodies out."
She says, "Realistically, they're gonna burn the restaurant down."
Oh, damn it! Now I really can't get food from there again.
Could we maybe get the recipe for that mutton before they do that?
She fully just like arches her eyebrow at you. Doesn't say anything.
Can Sasha roll for charisma for her to be at least not entirely hating of him?
Fucking Sasha.
Absolutely. Let me see here. This would be...
I feel like your group has really lofty goals and really bad ways of handling it. Like burning the entire restaurant down. Like, I don't know where you're getting your funding. That seems like a major loss.
From our perspective...
Huh?
From our perspective, a group of four McKinney enforcers, a group of 3 McKinney enforcers and 1 former subcontractor of ours, broke into the restaurant, killed me, killed at least 1 other person, and looted the place.
I rolled a 14 for persuasion for that mutton recipe.
We get you back over there. And you're like, let me explain. It's not the McKinnians at all. We be able to. I mean, like, I liked your food, but I personally don't have much of a stake in whether your restaurant stays or not. But I feel like it's very helpful for your organization if the restaurant's able to stay up.
Yeah, it is. It sure is. Look,
hey, you may not know our specific identities, but you have definitely put enough together that we both now know where the other one.
Yeah.
You said former subcontractor? Can I do an insight check?
Yeah, go for it.
Looking at again.
Mm-hmm.
Just like glancing up when he says that. Insight. Mm-hmm. Gonna make good friends with my boss tonight.
Right. Oh wait, was that? Is that Akuna who said the thing about the 3 McKinney enforcers and a subcontractor?
No. It was
JJ's. No, it was Akata.
Okay, and the former subcontractor was actually Sym. Right, so like, yeah, that's...
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
but remember, I was disguised as one of the muggers.
Right.
Yeah, but I'm saying
true.
That's who the reference is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, and that's what your insight check gets, that, you know, the 3 McKinney enforcers, quote-unquote, are, quote-unquote, Ikud and Rose and JJ, and then the former subcontractor is Sym.
Oh, okay. I was misreading something.
Yeah.
Have JJ and Sasha told Rose and Sym about the adventure at the dock?
No, why would they?
No, yeah. I don't think there's any reason to.
Okay. Just curious, that's all.
But Sasha would know that JJ is not a big fan of that tech company.
Yeah. Okay, so she looks at you, Rose, and she says, "Yeah, you're right that, you know, you're right that it would be a shame to lose the restaurant, for my purposes as well as for mutton purposes." And she kind of glances over at Sasha. I'd like to go back there and wait for them to show up. I think it's best if I'm there alone. Again, I'm asking you to trust me, but...
What did you do on your insight roll? Right? Even though you rolling it for a different thing, but if you got a high thing, maybe you can pick up on some of the sincerity that...
I still rolled a 21.
Yeah. Yeah, you're getting sincerity. And Rose, you can also roll insight. I mean, everyone can, but... Yeah.
I feel like I'm already sold.
I think I'm going to look towards Sym.
Mm-hmm.
Was this inside also with advantage, like my last one was?
Yeah, because you're
Sweet,
pretty
22.
You're pretty tuned into her at this point.
Rolled a 7 for my insight.
Okay.
Yep.
You're pretty in tune with that mutton.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Did a 14 persuade her to give me the recipe?
Gonna keep it open. We will get you more mutton.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So yeah, she's again. She's on the level here. She's kind of figured out that you're not who she thought you were originally, and she's gone out on a limb here, and she's just trying the whole honesty thing. As far as you can tell.
I would like to talk to Sym real quick before you leave.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
and
did you say that in character, or was that Georgeanna like calling for the next scene?
That was Rose.
That was Rose. Okay, so
Yeah.
okay.
I
no worries.
Have one more question for her too.
Okay.
I do have one more question for her. Oh, I was just gonna say, JJ looks at her and says, if we let you live, can we maybe come back and get information if we learn anything else?
Yeah. 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 I mean,
if you're really not the bad guy.
I feel like we can help each other here. You care about your people, I care about mine. So, yeah.
Need to find another way. Muggings have got to stop.
Well, you pretty much scared off my most active crew anyway. But yeah.
Okay. So Sym and I will step out quickly, and I will just say, I am not going to blow your cover without your permission. I don't want to specifically. What? How?
You just
We're
said
out of the room.
You had said it before. You said you wanted to talk to Sym.
Oh, okay. I wonder why you were glaring at me. I
wrote it down. I wrote it down.
Oh no! Is that the only name she's learned?
I think so.
No.
Okay.
I said Sasha.
Oh yeah.
But I would like to tell her that the contractor that she thinks betrayed her didn't. Just say I'm not going to tell you more about it, but what you thought you saw was not what you saw. Because if she runs into him, I don't want that to be complicated. I don't think she would kill him. I think right now she would go up to him and be like, hey, how's the plan? What's up next? And it would just lead to confusion, and it might cause her to out herself to him in ways she doesn't want to. Mm-hmm. Also, that way if she sees him, she can be like, stop robbing people.
Yeah, and I was actually planning to fill her in on that.
Oh, okay.
Well. That's fine.
Go ahead. I think it's a good idea. Sorry about the cover blowing.
Okay.
So I will try to make it up to you.
So I might as well revert back to my true form.
Sure.
Well, not my true form, but my normal form.
Sure. So at this point, I'm going to sort of push the scene ahead. Everyone, tell me tell me tell me what information you give her to prep her with, and then I'm assuming that you are actually letting her go. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, in the interest of time, summarize for me the rest of the conversation that you want to have with her. I'll give you any further information that you would get, and then I'd also like to know what you guys think your next steps will be, so I have something to prepare for.
Dun, dun, dun.
JJ tells Akuna to go home now to get out of here, to not look so there's nothing suspicious about it, and then apologizes for kind of wasting his time a little bit, but yeah.
Does Akuna think his time was wasted, or is Akuna wow, this is a lot of info?
Yeah, he does not think this was a waste of time at all, and he makes you promise to keep him in the loop.
Cool, excellent. That's what I was hoping for.
I feel like that man was just happy for a chance to toss on his leather pants and chainmail, flail.
Oh, daddy!
And two daddies in one session.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, please.
So what information is Sym preparing Akata with?
He's back into his normal form at this point. He'll let her know that the contractor that she thought was the one who betrayed her actually was not actually the contractor. It was Sym.
Mm-hmm.
So just
he
will have the actual contractor himself will have no idea about what's happened here.
Okay. She takes it in stride. Yeah, she
Sym's name is fairly well known as it is around the red light district.
Yeah, and she she actually compliments you. She says, you live up to your reputation as an illusionist.
Thanks.
JJ hands the letter back and apologizes.
She sort of folds it and puts it very carefully into her vest. And winces visibly at this. Go ahead, Rose.
I think Rose is probably just going to make plans to meet up in a few days, maybe a week, and check on what's going on, which determine the best way to do that, whether it's to come back to the restaurant or to eat for coffee somewhere.
Yeah. Okay. You make tentative plans. She tells you about a brick that's loose behind the restaurant that she sometimes hides messages in. She tells you how she'll fix the sign on the dumpster one way to let you know that there's a message in there, and you can communicate with her that way. Which may remind JJ that you found a bag in there and you haven't looked in it yet.
And I won't be looking at it until she leaves.
Hell no, you won't. Anything else before she goes and Kuna goes and you guys skedaddle out of there?
So, I do have a question, and this is just general. So, you were pretty lax about just I might die. Why is that a groupthink of your organization? If I die for my cause, I die for my cause, or she seemed kind of ready to just if I kick the bucket, it's fine.
She
Did you like that?
So look, we kind of think of ourselves as being behind enemy lines down here. So we take on a lot of risk being here and trying to operate in the shadows the way that we do. So yeah, obviously nobody wants to die, but we are prepared to.
I mean, that's fair enough. I just wanted to know.
Okay.
I think that's all I have.
Okay. So you all go your separate ways. Any thoughts on what y'all as a party want to do next?
One more question before
Yes.
she goes. We've got the loose brick and whatnot, and the turn the sign on the dumpster, etc. What happens? What do we do in case they do decide to burn the place down? How do we get in contact with each other?
I'll contact you if I'm still alive.
Is that a risk?
A bit, but it's less of a risk than it would be if you were with me when they showed back up.
Fair enough.
Okay.
That was it.
All right.
All right.
Just trying to make contingencies, that's all.
Yeah. Quick thoughts on next steps to give our listeners a little sneak preview and give our GM a little sneak preview.
Yeah, I think as a sneak preview that we should all plan on overthrowing capitalism.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
How about that McKinney family, folk?
All right, we're going after the McKinneys. Cool. All right. Well, we will. God, we learned a lot these last 2 episodes. We'll be back next week for some sweet mafia overthrowing.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Russia all over again.
Yeah, exactly.
Enough time will have passed where we will have all slept, so I will have a full spell.
Yes. Real quick, you make it back to the red light district. If there's any scenes that you want to, like, if you want to update people with that or anything, tell me in the chat, and we'll work it out and we'll summarize it at the start of the next episode. But you all get a full rest. I
get 90% of a rest because I am not planning on sleeping alone.
That's fair.
Bow.
But
After the adrenaline rush of that day, oh yeah, probably.
Yeah. So yeah, you all get a full rest. And we will pick up from there next week. So yeah, thank you for playing. Thank you for listening.
Yay!
And see you laters.
Bye.
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 If you liked what you heard, be sure to check the show notes for links to all of our social media platforms and our Discord server. We love feedback, so don't hesitate to get in touch. Until next time, fare thee well, adventurers.